Peace, y'all. Welcome to my new channel. Um, I promised my Facebook friends that I will make a video about where I've been because I was on a hiatus for wow, time flies. It's actually been a few years now, on and off for a few years. But so it began back in 2020, I believe it was, when I was trying to move to a new apartment, and I know how these folks are who, run these companies and institutions. When they do their background checks, a lot of times nowadays they will look at your social media when they want to find out like who you are, who they're renting to, these landlords and property managers and stuff like that. So me being aware of that and me being aware of what kind of Facebook page I had, it was very a lot of people will call it radical or radical extremist views. Apparently most people saw it as that. So I was like, if I want the best chance at getting approved for this apartment, I better deactivate for a little while until I get approved. And I ended up getting approved. And so then once I had been deactivated for a few months of going through the apartment search process, I just realized like how peaceful it was. Like I never planned to deactivate for personal reasons. I didn't realize how peaceful it would be, and I was like, damn, I don't even want to go back. Like, so from 2020 up until now, 2024, I did hop on and off a little. Like sometimes I would activate, and then I would stay on for a couple days, sometimes a couple weeks, but never like long term. And y'all had the little gender wars going on. I would find like every time I log on, I end up getting triggered. I end up like arguing, debating with somebody. I'm just like, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not about to fight and debate with people to try to get them to see the truth or get them to see this perspective or try to get them to learn and grow and broaden their horizons and, better themselves and better the community. Like, I spent years fighting with people trying to save people. Like, I'm not on that type of time no more. Like, and that was part of, my growth from being in what I call monk mode. Because that's, like, I really turned into a monk. Like, yeah, I really turned into a monk because, like, I just really went through a period of, like, solitude from everything and everyone, like withdraw and fasted from everything, from people, from places. It started with COVID because like I'm saying, this was back in 2020. So like COVID put me in that mode, when everything was shut down and we didn't have no choice but to be in the house and be by ourselves. Like I never knew what that felt like. Like in this society, like we're always searching outside of ourselves for something, for people, for places, for things, for events. Like we're trying to keep busy. We're trying to we don't want to deal with our mind, our thoughts, our memories, our fears, our phobias. We don't want to go to them dark places in our mind. So like with COVID, it put me on that path because, I had no choice but to sit the fuck down. Like, oh, I really got to think now. I got to think about my life. I got to think about all the mistakes I made. I got to think about where I went wrong, what I did wrong, who I did wrong. So yeah, it just all tied in together. Like me moving and not wanting them to, look at my radical post, and then COVID, everything shutting down. It just all like all the stars align. Is like, okay, this is what I need to do right now. And I fasted from social media. I fasted from friends, family, television. I've been fasting from before that, but television, movies, food. I've been fasting with food for years now. That's amazing. Fasting from sex, Like, all these things, like when you take all these things away, sorry, I said a low battery on my phone, but when you just remove all these things, and like even if y'all wasn't going through the gender wars, I think I still would like still popped on and popped off, because it was just, it was too much. It was like the weight of the world was heavy, people's energy was heavy, and I could just feel it all on me, and I needed to take everything off. I needed to be like naked with myself. My soul needed to be naked and just sit with itself, and I needed to sit with God. So I would advise everybody to do it at least once in your life, at least once. I would personally recommend at least 1 year to fast from your friends, your family, social media, food, sex, alcohol, smoking, fast from everything. And not everybody can do it. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, you either gonna become extremely enlightened or you're gonna lose your fucking mind. Because you really gotta sit with yourself, and it's just you versus you. Like, not everybody can do it. Like, I lost my mind a little bit. I went a little crazy, you know. I had to scream, cry, yell. I went through all the emotions, because, like, you know, before COVID, we just had to be so in the world every day, put on this happy face. We had to suppress what we were thinking and what we were feeling. And, you know, at some point we got to deal with all that. So I would suggest that everybody does it at least once in their life. Or else how you ever going to know who you really are? I really, really found myself. I truly, truly found myself. I found my purpose. Like, even if you don't think that that the outside world is affecting you, a lot of us think, oh, I'm grown, or I'm this, I'm that, I can handle that. What other people say or think or do, it doesn't affect me. It does. That the human mind is extremely impressionable and programmable. Of course, it's more so when you're younger, but even as an adult, the human mind, it was built like a computer to download programs and to impress upon. So people's thoughts, people's feelings, people's opinions, people's fears, people's karma, like, it impresses in your mind and in your spirit. So even if you think it's not affecting you, it is. And I would highly suggest a detox and monk mode. So I could truly say that I died. My death began, I would say, 2016. I started to slowly die. The person that I was started to die. Anyone who was my Facebook friend from back then, 2015, 2016, 2017, like, y'all saw very publicly my death, my lynching. Like, I'm talking not literally, but in a metaphysical, metaphysically. Like, that was the beginning of my death. You know, all the tumultuous shit that I was going through, that was the beginning of my death. And 2020, I would say, was my rebirth, because I'm definitely not the same person anymore. I don't have the same thoughts, views, ideas. I don't see the world the same anymore. So I definitely died and was reborn. I got the new software. I got the downloads. I know some of y'all know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. Because with the pandemic came, I mean, that's really what they was trying to stop. You know, the new paradigm, the shift, the new world. They was trying to stop that from coming into fruition, and they did stop a lot of people. But those of us who made it through to the other side, and we got our downloads, we got our new software, we here. And I won't go too deep into that. That's gonna be a whole nother video. But but yeah, I'm definitely reborn. I would liken it to I would liken it to a caterpillar in a cocoon. So I went for 4 years in my cocoon, and now I am in my butterfly mode, went from caterpillar to butterfly. I got my wings, and I got my purpose and my vision, and it's more clear than ever before, and I'm better than ever. I healed my childhood trauma. I fixed my root chakra that was totally unbalanced from a lifetime of trauma and abuse. I'm gonna go more into that, and I'm gonna be walking you through how to balance and align, heal all your chakras. I also was dealing with some health issues. Some serious health issues. So, I had to do it the natural way with my herbs and my natural remedies. And I'm still on my health journey. That's a lifelong journey. That's never gonna end. But honestly, if it was up to me, I would have stayed in my cocoon forever. It was so warm and cozy and comfortable, and I was just shielded from this cruel world. But the ancestors was like, nah baby, you've been here long enough. We transformed you. Now you got to go back out into the matrix, and you got some more stuff to share with the world. It's time. So here I am. Got some exciting endeavors coming up that I'll be sharing with y'all. And I'm still deciding exactly with this channel and just with my socials in general, exactly how I want to approach it, because I still want to teach, and I still want to enlighten, and I still want to inspire, and I still want to intrigue people's minds. But I don't want to be too radical like they used to call me. I don't want them calling me crazy. I don't want to put a target on my back like how there was a target on my back before. Not that I'm afraid. It's just like, it's not that time right now. Like, the masses ain't even ready for all that. Like, it's like, what is you doing? Like, we not ready to hear that yet. Like, a lot of shit that I want to say, I'm gonna just put it in a book somewhere and give it to my kids and grandkids, because I know a lot of the shit that I prophesize and that I see is not even gonna come to fruition in my lifetime, and I had to come to peace with that. Like this world, this earth is its own. It goes through its own phases, collective phases, and collectively, humans right now they're not ready. So it would all be in vain. It's like I said, putting a target on my back, putting myself in danger again, because I was already in danger. I already made myself the sacrificial lamb. So for me to do that all over again, it would be literally in vain, because people just ain't ready. It's like going up to a toddler and telling them that, like, okay, it's time to get up and drive a car. Like, they have many phases in their life that they have to go through before a toddler will be ready to drive a car. You know what I'm saying? So humanity right now is in its infancy stage. I don't know why people like myself and very few others, I say very few because in relation to the general population, there's not many of us. So I don't know why we were put here at this time when we're like light years ahead of everybody else, and we're light years ahead of this world and this reality. It confuses me. I used to think I was here to awaken everyone and lead everyone, but that's like mission impossible. Like I said, you're not gonna go up to a toddler and tell them, hey, go in the kitchen and cook a 3-course meal and then go drive up the street and go. It's a toddler. Like, you have to spoon feed them. Like, they're not ready. So I have to find a delicate balance of how I'm going to still teach and still get like certain information out, and still inspire people to think and be intrigued, and still move humanity forward without, like I said, being too. Before I was like, was kind of like a tyrant. I was like, let's go, we gotta go, what is that doing? And it's like, babe, chill. Like, they ain't ready. Like, it's not gonna happen in your lifetime. I really had to come to peace with that because I really wanted to see our people do better. But our people we're babies. Our people are babies. You know? And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It took me a lot to come to peace with that. But I'm definitely at peace with it now. Yeah, I won't be the sacrificial lamb anymore. Definitely putting myself first. That's another major thing I learned on this enlightenment journey and this healing journey was like self-love, like loving myself, taking care of myself, putting myself first for the first time in my life. Like, I've been taking care of other people since I was 4 years old. Like, I'm a big sister. So you already know, the oldest sister in a black household, you already know, like 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, like I was a mini mother. I was putting everybody before myself my whole life. And I just now got out of that habit. Got out of the habit of tolerating abuse, neglect, mistreatment from myself. I abused, neglected, mistreated myself, and I let other people around me do the same. So a lot of people, and I'm not fucking sorry. I'm not sorry at all. Very unapologetic about that. For the first time in my life, you know, putting myself first, setting boundaries, not allowing people to treat me any type of way just for the sake of love or for the sake of friendship or for the sake of history. Like, oh, well, we've been friends for this long, I can't. No, motherfucker don't treat me how they're supposed to treat me, how I know I deserve to be treated. I don't care what your title is. I don't care how many years or decades of history we got. You gotta go. You gotta go. A lot of people got cut off. Blood relatives got cut off. I had a 25, 26 year friendship. Cut off, had to go. I don't play about me now. How I used to then play about my friends, how I used to then play about my family, how I used to then play about my children, how I used to then play about the black community, how I used to then play about black women, how I used to then play about everybody else. I was the warrior, the social justice warrior for the whole world and trying to just fight for everybody and save it. Now I fight for myself and I save myself with that same vigor and with that same, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I had it backwards. You can't love people or save people until you love yourself and save yourself and get your own shit right. And I had my own demons. Like, don't get me wrong, I used to preach to the masses, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, black power this and that, but I had my own demons that I didn't take care of first. So I kind of did it backwards, like putting the what's it called? Putting the carriage before the horse, I think they say, instead of putting the horse to carry the carriage. So I had a lot of darkness and ugliness inside of me. I ain't gonna sit here and hold y'all. I was far from perfect, on a collective community level. I saw the vision and, I had the love for the people. I had the passion. I had I had that. But like in my personal life, I had a lot from, trauma and abuse. I had a lot of built up, sadness, bottled up resentment. Where we come from, like, we're not allowed to really show emotion. Emotion is weakness, because we gotta survive. So, I really had to get out of survival mode and just get back to, again, that root chakra. That root chakra was, like, life-changing. So, yeah, I'm gonna be, talking about that in the near future. And maybe some astrology and some things about health. And let me know what topics y'all want to hear. Peace. Love ya.